People don't post enough. I gained like 1,700 followers in one day off of that one video.
You were doing hair, going viral online, all this in a dorm.
The skill is what matters, and I tell people that all the time. If you're too stubborn to learn, it's going to show in your business, right? If you're too timid, it's going to show in your business, and people are going to be scared to buy because they're like, why are you timid? You have to build the community. You have to share your journey.
What's up, everyone? It is Adonis here, and look, we have another episode of We Thrive, and today I have a special guest. This is a client of mine, but she's a huge entrepreneur in the space, and I've seen her literally take her hair business to the next level. Y'all, I have with us Kayla. Let's go. What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go. I've literally seen you scale your business like crazy. The past 2 years? So talk to me. What exactly do you do in the hair business? Do you sell hair? Where exactly do you do?
So currently, as of 2 weeks ago, I am now a retired hairstylist. And
wait, tell them your age. Tell them your age. Hold on. Let's skirt back up. Tell them your age.
I'm 24.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So you got in the hair business as a hairstylist, and you're a few years later, you're out.
Yeah.
All right, let's dive into it. Let's go.
That was the goal. So I offer digital products to growing entrepreneurs or people who just need help within the beauty space. I teach classes. I did classes for a little bit. I don't necessarily do them like one-on-one anymore.
Okay.
I did them in the years like prior, but now I'm having a group class, my very first group class. I also do mentorship. So my mentorship, I have 6 weeks, 3 months, and then eventually 6 months.
Okay.
So that's new for me as well. I have a few 3-monthers, and I'll also be like traveling with them and doing like personalized content with them, batch creating with them.
Wait, so that means the teaching you're doing, it's not just like how to actually do hair. You're going beyond that.
Yeah. So it teaches them like the back end of stuff, like, because not everyone who I mentor is a hairstylist. Yeah. So
what? Hold on. So you have people. So you've built your brand, your personal brand, to the point where now you have people who's in your program who are not even hairstylists, who's trusting to learn from you.
Yeah.
So we're teaching either hair. What else we're teaching in the program?
So I don't specifically teach hair, but they do get access to all of my digital products. So what I teach on the back end is how to use their social media to scale, basically, how to leverage the skills that they already have, and then make it more, right? So that they don't have to be behind the chair as much, depending on where you're at, like in your journey. And then some girls are just struggling to gain clientele, or they're struggling to start. And so it's just making sure that you do it right the first time around rather than later, so that you're not wasting time and money, making mistakes and things like that. So just helping people fill their bookings, gain clientele, and scale with digital products.
I love that. So when did you get started? How long you been at this? When did you get started?
September of last year, or I launched it in September, but I actually started in October.
Gotcha. And what about like you as a hairstylist? When did you start? When did you go into being a hairstylist and everything?
2019. Yeah. So I was 18. It was my freshman year of college at Spelman.
And how did you end up garnering so much attention online? What was like you doing? And what platforms were you using?
So what made me go or start building community online, it was like after COVID. So my freshman year of college, we had to go home because of COVID. So we were literally on spring break, and they were like, don't come back. And literally, I was like, what? Are you serious? I waited all of high school to get here, and then they told us to go home. And so I was devastated. I was crying. But yeah, anyway, I created my TikTok, and I actually like started being serious in it in 2022, I believe, like the end of 2021 going into 2022. Yeah. And they just really liked my baby hair, like just very heavily.
Wow.
Like every time like I would do, or I started doing like full install videos, and they were like, they were iffy at first. You have to learn and get better. Yeah. But they would always comment about my baby hair. Yeah. So again, like you offer to people what they're asking you for. So I seen that they were talking about baby hair. So I said, okay. So I just posted more baby hair, and then it just kept going up.
And literally. It's crazy because I tell students in my program, like, you don't know what people want yet because you're not creating content. You have to create it first and then pay attention to what people want. Yeah. And then you just feed off of that.
Literally. Yeah.
Wow. So you went into you started doing hair, then you realized, okay, I have to get online and start posting content, and then your content started going crazy. What was your bookings like in terms of your hairstyling business?
So my bookings, they were pretty good because I was at Spelman. So Spelman is all girls. So I kind of already had like a little community at Spelman
Yeah.
that would book me. They just weren't as like fast. So it was a difference between like, okay, like I had bookings every day of the month or whatever, but the bookings filling up in like 24 to 48 hours, that's like, that's the
Sheesh.
difference. So TikTok helped me do that.
Wow.
Yeah, so like once I was able to, because I think it was one video that I did, I said, POV, like you do installs in Atlanta for $135. And everyone was like, what? Like, where? What do you mean? Like, because that's not like,
That's not common.
yeah, that's not common. So I gained like 1,700 followers in one day off of that one video. And so it's like when you're specific,
Crazy.
yeah, it's
Get
like,
very specific about your audience and who you're speaking
yeah.
to. It
And
goes
then
crazy.
and then it just converts easily because you spoke to who you needed to speak to.
Exactly. Now
People
they're
in
not
Atlanta
doubting
who
you.
want that. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're not doubting you. There's no question. There's no, oh, I'm just gonna follow her to see
Yeah.
maybe she might be my person. It's
Yeah.
immediate follow, immediate link in bio. Let me see what's up.
Yeah. And I was
That's
doing it in my
crazy.
dorm too. And next to my bed. So yeah, so freshman year I started in my dorm, and then when we came back from COVID, I was doing hair next to my bed for 2
Hold
years.
on, 2 years?
Yeah. I literally stopped in 2023 when I graduated. That's
So
when I
you were doing hair, going
Yeah.
viral online. All this is in a dorm.
yeah, in my bedroom, my
Wow,
student
so
apartment.
like, while so many people are giving themselves excuses on why they can't.
That's what I can't stand to hear
Oh
an
my
excuse.
god.
I cannot stand it.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
literally no excuse. While some people are like, dang, I want to go into hairstyling, but I'm just in a dorm. I have to
They're like, I
come
don't
up
have
with
time.
money.
They're like, I don't have time, or I have classes. I'm too busy. I did too, and I had a dog. So
And you-
like it was a lot, but I did it. I was eating like once a day. Like it was you make time for what you want to make time for.
And it's so funny because I remember when I started my business, my first business, I was taking clients in my dad's garage. My dad lived in the middle of the hood, and I had clients coming to my dad's garage. I tell people this all the time. You really will be surprised that you don't need anything else to get started. You just need to.
You need your skill.
That's
Focus
it.
on that.
That's it.
Yeah.
If you focus on improving your skill,
Yeah,
and,
they'll go
like
anywhere.
people literally used to walk into my garage, look at the wood ceilings, like, why did I book this man? And then boom, they see the pictures, and it was just like, oh well, okay. So
my
you
picture.
probably was having the same experience. People were like, okay, I'm coming to a college dorm.
Yeah, even my because it looked like an apartment. Like what student apartments look like.
Yeah,
Like it
yeah,
looks
yeah.
like an apartment building, but like it's still like very like what is it? A double bed
Yeah,
technically. Yeah, like
yeah.
it's not a full size queen. It has like the
Yeesh.
metal bars and stuff, so you could put your desk or not your desk, but like the drawers and stuff underneath the bed, like maximizing storage.
Yeah.
Then I also had like a dog cage in my bathroom. Like, and I have a pit
dog
bull,
cage?
so it's a
Oh.
big cage. Yeah.
So we're not talking about a little cute little.
No. I had a big dog. I literally did everything in my room. I moved my what is it, the desk chair that came in the room and replaced it with the hair chair. Like literally just making everything in the room work. But yeah, even my mentor, when she first met me, she
Yeah.
said when she came, she was like, apartment. But she turned into my
Wow.
mentor later. So everything happens for a reason.
Meaning even people still trusted you because of your skill. And that's what we're saying. It's just like focus on the skill.
Yeah, the skill is what matters. And I tell people that all the time. It's like, y'all want the fancy background, you want the chair and stuff, but
That's
then
it.
your baby hair is still not laid. Like, the curl's still not curling. We got to focus on the skill.
That's why the look and learn is coming up.
Yeah.
So okay. So now after you did that, you're going crazy on content. Bookings are filling up like crazy. Then September last year, you made a shift, and you went into what, coaching? You said.
So I was doing, so the first time I introduced coaching calls was in 2023, in December of
okay.
2023. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I started mentorship in September of 2024. Yeah, but that's why you also have to take baby steps, because the people who did my coaching calls, some of them would turn into mentees later on down the line. So it just like it eventually converts. The same way with like some of my clients, they end up getting my courses. And to me, it's like, well, I do your hair. It doesn't kind of make sense, but it does because they want to know
Yeah,
how to
yeah,
take
yeah.
care of their hair without me too. So I don't know. It's just building a relationship at first. It just makes it easily able to like
Yeah.
convert.
And
Yeah.
then so now it turned into a thing where you initially built a local business and now it's expanding to people anywhere and everywhere who wants what you have to offer, whether they're coming to you in person, whether they're buying digital products. That's insane.
Yeah.
So in terms of mentorship, are all your students local? How's that going?
No, they're all over the place. Each round is different. So I just finished my fourth round of mentorship, and each of them are 6 weeks.
Mhm.
So I've had girls in the UK before, I've had the
Wow.
Netherlands, I've had Jamaica. They're literally all over the place. I've had Canada.
Mm.
I have a few that are in Atlanta. I've had like DC. They're literally everywhere,
And it's
like
all from
California.
content, y'all. It's all
Yeah.
from building your personal brand. Because the
Yeah.
thing is, they're not going to trust you and pay you or anything if they don't believe that you can deliver the results.
Exactly. They want to see it, right? Because people don't post enough. Like, you have to build the community. You have to share your journey. People are like, I don't want to post the old pictures when my lace looked crazy. And no, I was
Nah.
in high school. Like, I looked a little weird. I'm not going to post that. But like, that's what people need to see. I've had my very last client that I took in my suite. She was like, I'm so sad I found you so late. Like, she found me in December. She said, I'm
Oh.
sad I found you so late. Like, the reason I booked with you is because I scrolled on your page and I seen that you were posting from when you were in your dorm and you came here. That's specifically what she said. And I said, look at God. I was in my
Mm.
head like, look at God. I said, I need to tell my mentees right now because they think it's not important, but it is.
Yeah, not only documenting it, because that's one. Because I feel like some people are even too embarrassed to even document. If they're in their early stages of their
Mm-hmm.
business, they're afraid to document. They're like, "This is too embarrassing.
Yeah.
I can't record this." Because I know I was when I was in my dad's garage. All I have is stories. I don't even have proof because I was too embarrassed. It was
Yeah.
hot, muggy in that garage. I was too
Yeah.
embarrassed. But one, documenting the journey and also still sharing it, and
Mm-hmm.
even afterwards, still sharing it because people,
Mm-hmm.
it feels real.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. I have people like every time I go live or like every time I post like an old picture or anything, they're like, OMG, like I remember when you did my hair. You're still the best hairstylist to do my hair. Like when I was in Ohio, because I'm from Ohio.
Oh
And
wow. Okay.
they're like, oh yeah, I remember when you did my hair. Like I really miss you. I wish you would come back. Or like, I remember following you since the beginning. I remember when you first went viral. Like even some of my clients who were a part of like my first viral videos will like comment back and they'll be like, I miss the days. Like, you know, they haven't been back since, possibly
Yeah.
because like my bookings are usually full, but
Yeah.
but like, yeah, it's just it's cool to see like the journey really mattered and it counted. And I was just recording just because like I've always been someone to
Mm.
just record stuff. Like that
Yeah,
was
yeah,
just
yeah,
my
yeah.
personality type in general. Like
It's
I was
just
always taking pictures and
yeah.
videos.
Versus me, I was like, nah, I had to learn. I need to document this.
Yeah.
I had to get myself into it. Some people are naturally into just getting
Yeah.
pictures, getting moments and stuff, while some people have to be like,
Mhm.
you got to lock them in on it.
Yeah, and when I actually, cause I didn't really know, like, it's crazy because a lot of the stuff that I was doing was more so just, like I said, based on me just taking stuff
Yeah.
in general. But then once I actually got a mentor who taught me, okay, this is the reason why you post this and this is the reason why you do that, it all like clicked together. And it was like,
Mm.
wow, I was doing it like subconsciously without knowing what I was doing.
And hear me, I think so many people miss this. I know I missed it for a long time. It's not
Mhm.
until what the past 2 years I actually decided I'm going to invest in myself and get a mentor.
Mhm.
You mentioned this mentor. So is this the first time you ever got a mentor,
Yeah.
or and what made you realize, okay, it was time for me to get a mentor?
Okay, so I knew that I was graduating from school. So I graduated in May of 2023.
Okay.
And I told my parents on my 21st birthday, I said, after school, I'm gonna do hair full time. Like that's what I'm gonna do because I went
Yeah.
to school for engineering. So I was like, yeah,
Wow. And graduated and everything for
yeah.
engineering?
Not I graduated with the econ degree. So I ended up
Okay.
telling them on my birthday that I want to drop the program. So I
Gotcha.
dropped the program and then I just finished with my economics degree.
Okay.
And then I said, okay, well, student loans start in 6 months after you graduate.
Come on.
So I said, okay, I need to figure out how to make 6 figures in 6 months. And
Woof.
I was like, okay, well, I don't know how I'm going to do that, but you have to, faith without work is dead. I don't know how I'm gonna get there,
Come on.
but I'm gonna get there. I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So once I finished school, I was just already in the habit of like being, like you have a summer break, then you start in August or
Yeah, 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 yeah,
September,
yeah.
and my mentor, she happened to be my client prior to her becoming my mentor. And
Yeah.
I never knew what she did or anything before she came. Like she was just like another person in my chair. So I was like, okay, like she has followers on TikTok. All right. But I had no idea what she did. And I
Mm-hmm.
seen that she was hosting a challenge, basically like a marketing challenge, social media challenge, like for your
Mm-hmm.
business. It was a 5-day challenge. I did the challenge and the challenge was good. And I took it seriously because I knew that I was outside of school and I really have to make this money by November to be able to
Mm.
pay these $1,000 bills for student loans.
Yeah, yeah.
And so after the challenge, she gave us the opportunity to join mentorship. And I prayed. I literally cried. And she knew like I'm her hairstylist, so she knew how I felt and things
Yeah.
like that. And she made me feel comfortable. And she was like, I promise I got you. I was like, are you sure? Because I'm the type of person, I ask a lot of questions.
Come
I'm on the
on.
call. I'm
Come
on the call
on.
asking questions, asking questions. And she was like, yeah, you're a hard person to sell. So I ended up joining, took a leap of faith. I'm like, all right, well, they say you have to
Wow.
spend money to make money. So
Come
I
on.
spent it. And it was like $2,500. That was like the biggest investment I ever made in my
Wow.
business
Yeah.
at the time.
Probably scary. Probably was like, ooh.
Literally, I'm like, I got 2,500 in the bank.
And you want it all?
Literally. So I'm like, okay, all right, I'm gonna try it out. I did
Wow.
it. And it's been history ever since. I haven't let her go ever since. And
Wow.
yeah, and then eventually, like as soon as I joined my first round, I previously dropped a tutorial by myself and I didn't really know how to use the right verbiage. I didn't film it right.
Mm.
Like a lot of the things I didn't do right, and then she was able to go through it and tell me what I did wrong. I did it
Wow.
again, and what I made in like 2 months dropping it by myself, I made it the first day dropping it with my mentor.
Y'all hear that? I tell people like you have two options in this life. Option one is
Mhm.
figure it out on your own. It may take you 10 years. And if you feel like you have 10 years, that's awesome.
Yeah.
If you feel like go for it. Ain't nothing but space and opportunity. Like if
Yeah.
you feel like you want to you want to go into engineering without getting an engineering degree without going through the years in college, that's
It's
fine.
gonna
Just figure it out. Like go on YouTube, keep messing up. You will eventually learn how to do things in engineering.
Yeah.
But if you're really saying that my time is valuable, I got 6 months to get here. I got this much time to get here.
You're gonna get the work. Yeah.
You're gonna get there, but you need a mentor to help you take all the shortcuts. Because like you said she went through, looked at everything, and then she said, "This is what you need to change. This is what you need to change." Imagine had you just said, you know what, I'm going to figure out. It probably would have took you another 2 years to figure out all the little mistakes she pointed out. All the ones where she said, no,
Yeah.
this needs to go here. This.
Literally, it just would have took a lot longer. And thank God for mentors. Oh my gosh. I'm happy I did
Yo,
take the risk because
yeah,
I mean, a
yeah,
life without risk, what is that? I don't know.
yeah. So, because that's what I'm saying. Because then people see people like 24 years old out here started a hairstyling business. There's people who's literally in their 40s probably still can't get out from behind the chair.
Yeah, literally.
And here you are saying, I'm just going to take the risk and gamble it.
Mm-hmm.
So what would be your advice for some people in just a service-based business, period, not even just hairstyling? What would be your advice for some people who's trying to scale their business, who's saying, like, I feel too gridlocked, I feel too stuck, I feel boxed in? What would be some of your advice for them?
I don't want it to sound like not cheesy, but like,
Okay.
how everyone's like, get a mentor, get a mentor. And in their head, because they are thinking like one track minded, they're like,
Come on.
it's a scam, or like people, they're used to saying save your money so that you can get richer. You're not going to save your way to $1 million. So you have to put it into something else, something that's going to help you
Yeah.
make money. And whether that's like a mentor, stocks, whatever
Yeah.
else, right?
Yeah.
So I'd rather go and invest in a mentor, someone who
Yeah.
has already done it before, so that I
Yeah.
can avoid those mistakes. And I would just follow the path. If it works
Yeah.
out, it does. Or if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that would be my main advice, because you would save so much time.
Mm.
Like literally, like you said, I could waste 10 years of my life. Life only happens once.
Come on. You can't
You're
get
only
time
20
back.
Yeah,
You're
literally,
done.
literally. I say that all the time. I'm like, you can get your money back. You can't get
You
time
can't
back.
get your money back.
Yeah, you can make more money.
That's
but
it. But time is like,
it's gone. It's done.
done.
Yeah, out the
You're
window.
24 once. Next thing you know, you're 26 once. And then next thing you know, you're 35 looking back at your life like, dang.
Yeah, literally. It's like,
So yeah, you would say get a mentor. What about like when it comes to like content, when it comes to growing online, their personal brand? Because I feel like so many people focus their content on showing how talented they are. Versus for you, I feel like 1 second you're showing talent, 1 second you're showing results. What would you say some advice for people who's trying to grow online with their content?
If you're trying to grow online with your content, cater to what people need.
Mm.
Um, Thinking from your perspective, oh, and that's what I meant to say too. Like, you need that outside view, like that other perspective, because you've been thinking in the same like paradigm for your whole life, right? Like, you need to have a
Ooh.
paradigm shift. If you never ask anyone else for an opinion on your business, and you already have a way of thinking, it's going to forever show in that. Like, you're a literal reflection on your business. So if
Mm.
you're too stubborn to learn, it's going to show in your business, right? If you're too timid, it's going to show in your business, and people are going to be scared to buy because they're like, why are you timid?
Like,
Right? Like,
you're scared.
everything.
You're scared to sell it to me because
Yes.
clearly it's not good.
Yes.
Clearly it's
So
bad.
I'm scared. Literally.
That's
So
crazy.
you have to be able to have that other perspective, and getting that other perspective will allow you to know what to say in your content.
Mm.
So if I'm trying to sell socks, I'm not going to be like, yeah, these are the best socks on the market and they're only $2, blah, blah, blah. That's not enough. That's not going to sell me on the socks. You
Yeah.
need to be able to tell me these socks are heated, and in negative 30-degree weather, I'm not going to feel cold at all. Like, there needs to be a benefit to the person buying it.
Good. That's good. And you feel like so many people are not doing none of that. They're just trying to push their product. And one thing you said that I just have to press on is you said how you're viewing yourself and your business is how people are going to view you. I feel like for so many people, including me, I feel like at one point in my business, I was looking at like, nah, nobody's not gonna book me if it right now because I need to do this. I need to do this. And it was showing in my business. People were doubting my services, but when I started walking in confidence and saying, no, I'm him. I'm Himothy. I'm Himothy. The
You're like,
booking
okay,
showed.
he's him.
Yeah. And it was just like what happens is it changes your language. I'd be trying to tell people it changes your language about how you talk about your business. And I feel like so many people are trying to learn from you, and they're probably scared to just jump into their content. Do you feel like everyone needs to retire out of the hair industry, or how do you feel about that? Like, or do you feel like some people just need to scale their business?
I feel like it depends on your goals. Yeah. So like, my goal, I never wanted to do hair. That was my goal.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I only started doing it because people at school would just ask me to do it. But I
Wow.
taught myself how to do wigs and stuff so that I didn't go to school and have to like be that broke college student who can't afford to get their hair done. So I said, okay, well, prior to me going to college, I'm just going to teach myself how to do my own hair.
Wow.
And then I just ended up being a walking billboard.
So a walking you said something right there, a walking billboard. So you're
Yeah.
basically saying you figured out a solution for yourself and then everybody wanted the solution you had.
Key. That
Y'all want to sign up for our master class? Like, what? So you figured out a solution for you. Then everybody said, I wanted that same solution you figured out. And what's crazy is some people are consumers and some people are producers. And then all those consumers came flooding you. And that's the same thing that's even happening now with in terms of your personal brand. So, okay, so now you have the Look and Learn coming up. What's happening with this Look and Learn? Because we do it in photography space. How are you doing it in the hair space? What's this Look and Learn going to look like?
Yeah, so I feel like the industry, it's a common, like, it's a common verbiage that they use, look and learn. But I changed it like a week ago after speaking, because now I have 2 mentors. But I changed
love that.
it.
Let's go.
I changed it after speaking to my second mentor, and we specifically talk about paradigm shifts. His mentorship is called what is it? Power to Paradigm. And so, or not Power to Paradigm, Paradigm to Power.
Yeah.
And essentially he said, okay, well, is this normal in the beauty industry? Because he's not in the beauty industry. He doesn't know anything.
That's good.
And so I said, yeah, like that's normal verbiage that they use, like look and learn. He said, oh, okay, they need a paradigm shift. And I said, you just made it make sense for me. I said, oh my God. I said, why didn't I think about that in the beginning? Like, why didn't I discuss the name with you? So I changed it to Look and Earn. And so then
it's crazy because it's sometimes the issue is how you're naming the thing.
It is. And that's literally why my first tutorial didn't sell. Because I never named it a tutorial. I named it a webinar.
Yo,
I'm like, everything makes sense later. It's like
this is
that's why you
crazy.
need the other perspective.
And that's the thing. You can't go on YouTube and Google that. You can't
Mm-mm.
Google.
No. I said, oh, I'm like, because in their mind, when they think of look and learn and at the price point is at, they're associating with like, that's not how look and learns are priced. Like, why is yours so much if I'm just coming to look and learn? But you're not just coming to look and learn, you're coming to look and
And
earn.
earn. We about to make you some money. We about to show you how to get to the bag.
Exactly. And so the goal is that at the event I'll be teaching them like I'll be doing a live demonstration on how to
Yeah.
master lace from start to finish, but I'll also be doing a live lesson on how to start your beauty business and scale it, right? And especially with me
Ooh.
having been retired for almost 3 weeks now, or 3 weeks today now.
Let's go.
3 weeks today, I'm able to give like strategies that actually work. And a lot of the times, like, not to talk about MRR, whatever else the girls are doing, but they teach things that they never have been through, and you have to experience it to a certain extent to be able to teach it.
And it's funny because that's why people quote unquote feel like mentorships are scam. It's because you're investing in yourself, but you're entering a program, a university that doesn't have proof of what they're selling you. Versus when you become living proof of what you're selling, it becomes a complete different thing.
It's a lot easier too.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier.
You are the proof.
Yeah, you are the proof. So it's not just looking and learning about hair. You're going to also be teaching about growing your business, about making more money online and everything.
Yeah. And then there's also content creation spaces within the venues so that if they need advice in person while they're creating content, like this is what's going to sell, this is what's not. Like you're not holding your phone right, because angles do matter too.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're advertising, like you need to know how to take your content as well. So I'll be giving them the space to do that, and I'm really excited for that. It's going to be so fun. Like just so they can get in person, like feedback on it. It's going to be great.
Okay, what's the dates? What's the date? Is it one day? What's the date for it?
So it's one day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's how long I have the space. But we start at 11 a.m. It ends at 5, and it's on May 10th in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Bakery Co-work space. It's a beautiful space. I'm super excited, and it already fits with my branding. So I was like, this is like the perfect place for the beauty girls.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Well, all right, this was amazing. Thank you so much for all the. Y'all, let me know in the comments if y'all want me to get her back on the podcast, because I feel like we could have went but we'll probably save that for another podcast. Let me know if y'all want her back on here. We'll definitely have her. And y'all, May 10th, check it out. It will be in the description below. And also, maybe your website.
Yeah, my website, kaystylissllc.com.
Let's go. We'll have all that in the description. And thank you so much for watching We Thrive Podcast. Let's go.